Hello friends, it is Friday afternoon and I'm kind of getting started a little bit late on this recipe, but I did want to share it with you guys because I think it is definitely a recipe worth sharing. I absolutely love this recipe. I don't make it every year, but just sometimes I just get in this mood where I want this because it's kind of traditional this time of year, and what I'm making is pumpkin butter. Now, the recipe will be listed completely down below in the description box, but I want to go ahead and tell you what I'm going to be adding and show you, as I add. So the first thing I need to do is get a can opener, because the first thing you want to start with is a good quality pumpkin puree. Now, I ended up with the Libby's brand because my grocery store was out of the Kroger brand, and I think that the Kroger brand is good quality. I've never had any issues using their brand, but for pumpkin butter, it is best to have the best quality pumpkin you can get, and don't get your pumpkin mixed up with the pumpkin pie filling. This is just 100% pumpkin puree, and you're going to use 2 cans. I love the smell of pumpkin. When my husband comes home from work tonight, my house is going to smell like I lit a pumpkin candle in the doorway, because this stuff smells your house up wonderfully. Now, if you wanted to, when this gets done, you can this and give it to your friends and all that kind of thing, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it into one big container and just have it for my family. Sounds like I'm being stingy with my pumpkin butter, doesn't it? I might be, but this is good on English muffins. I even like it on banana bread, just on regular whole wheat bread, white bread. It is delicious. Just toast your bread a little bit, put a little bit of this on it. It is a wonderful, wonderful treat. All right, I'm getting this in. Sorry it's taking me so long. I feel like sometimes when I watch my videos, I feel like, my goodness, I just take forever to do stuff. Okay, so next thing that you want is, now that is 2 cans of pumpkin puree, and now you want 1 cup of maple syrup. Now, maple syrup is awesome because a lot of people don't realize it. Hopefully I can get this open. Yeah, I can. Pumpkin. Maple syrup has a lot of iron in it. It's actually, if you buy a good organic brand of maple syrup, it's actually a whole lot better for you than pancake syrup. It is a little bit more costly, but it does have a lot of properties that are good for you. So it's 1 cup of maple syrup, and I just have a half a cup here. I'm double checking it to make sure. And I just want to add a whole cup. Yum. Wow, that smells good. Okay, we got our maple syrup in there. And the rest I'm going to use on some pancakes probably tomorrow morning. Okay, now the next is up to you. It's a half a cup of apple juice or apple cider. So if you want to buy a organic apple juice, you can use that. I prefer the apple cider. I think it gives off a lot better flavor. I'm sorry if I'm blocking the camera, but it's a half a cup of apple cider. I love apple cider. When I was a kid, family had some apple trees, a lot of apple trees, and we would get together. And I remember one time our family got together and we just peeled apples all day, and then we had a press and we made homemade apple cider, and we all took home gallons of apple cider that year. was so good. Okay, just wiping my space there a little bit. So next you want 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to find my teaspoon, and you know me, I usually don't ever even measure anything because that's just the way I roll. But for you all, I'm going to measure. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I love the smell of vanilla extract. I think I like pretty much all the smell of everything that goes in this. Next thing you want is 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice. Now, I didn't buy any lemons. I just keep organic lemon juice on hand in my refrigerator. I don't ever buy lemons unless they're on sale. But I just use the organic lemon juice, and it's just 2 teaspoons. It just brightens the flavors of the pumpkin butter. There's 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Very simple. And next, I'm just going to tell you, depending on what you like, I leave this next part up to y'all, but I'm going to tell you what I add to it. So I add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon to this. You guys know how I like my cinnamon. And I'm not going to bother with measuring it because if I get too much, I won't cry about it. I love cinnamon. In fact, next time I go to the store, I need to buy another thing of cinnamon. The next thing that I add is 1/4 teaspoon of AllSpice. I have that here. And there we go. Let me look at my little teaspoons here. Gotta love these things. Okay, I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of AllSpice. That's going to go in there. That smells good. You guys are going to get tired of me saying that for long. That smells good. That smells good. Okay, then you want, let's see what I have here. Some ground cloves. And you also want 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves as well. So I'm trying to get my little bottle open here. These are little tiny bottles. They're almost impossible to even deal with sometimes when you open them. Alright, I've got some ground cloves. I'm going to add my cloves to this. And the things that I'm not adding to it that are part of the recipe, I'm just going to tell you guys, is I do not add nutmeg or ginger. But I also want to add a pinch of salt. So I need to find my salt. Just a pinch of salt to this. And then all you want to do is stir your ingredients all together. And you want to cook on low for 6 hours or until it's thickened, because this pumpkin will melt down. This is going to be so good when it gets done. Cannot wait. And I might even have to make some banana bread just to have this on it for a dessert tonight. So I'm going to turn this on low. I'm going to get my lid, and I will be back. In fact, let me show you what this looks like. I'm not sure if you guys can see it in there. Here we go. That's what it looks like, all combined. I'm trying to zoom out for you guys. Sorry about that. So that's what it looks like. And it'll get a real dark color when it's done, and it'll be nice and thick and spreadable. So I've got my crock pot on low. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'll be back in 6 hours to show you what it looks like. Okay, my pumpkin butter is done, and I'm holding the camera so you guys can see what it looks like. It is thick, as you can see here, and it'll turn, I don't know if the camera necessarily portrays it, but it turns a darker color. It was a real pumpkin-y, you know, like fresh pumpkin out of a can, but it gets darker. Now, I will tell you that about 7 o'clock, I probably put this on, I don't even know what time it was. I'm going to guess around 1. So around 7, I felt like it needed a little bit longer because it needs to be a thick consistency. And I just turned my crock pot down on warm and just left it a little while longer. And I ran out and grabbed a few things from the store and come back, and now I'm about to bottle it up. Now what I use is I save all my pickle jars, old pickle jars, and I just put it in there when I'm not canning it so that I don't waste my canning jars. So I'm just going to put this in the jar, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get it in there. Okay, I'm sitting at my table, and I got it jarred up, and I just put a little label on the front. I don't do anything fancy because I'm not giving it away as a gift or anything. And like I said, I just reuse pickle jars, as you can tell from the lids. But I save all my jars, and they just come in handy, you know, for things that I need, especially like if I'm making salad dressings or anything like that. So I always keep my jars, and I make crafts with it. But my pumpkin butter is going to go in the refrigerator once it cools down a bit. But I had a little bit left here that wouldn't fit in, and I just thought I would take a moment to show you. You see how thick this is? I'm doing my best to hold the camera. I cannot wait. I've already taken a spoon and tried this once, and it is delicious. And I cannot wait to eat on this for breakfast. And like I said, you can have this, I like a little bit with my pancakes. I also like it on English muffins, bagels, I mean, you name it. I even eat it on banana bread. It is delicious, or just regular white bread, just like I'm eating it on right now. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join along, and give me a thumbs up on this, and let me know, do you all make pumpkin butter in your crock pot? Because this is delicious. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Bye.